What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee. I'm back with another SmackDown breakdown. You know what that means. It means I'm out here breaking down the SmackDown. That's why they call it SmackDown. My PS4 is being really loud. Before I get into this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share all that good stuff in the book. And congratulations, Joe Biden, Harris, new president. Yes, yes. Anyways, like for that. New president. Get Trump out of there. Out of there. Okay, so we're gonna get into SmackDown. Um, this will be, I guess, a shorter video because I watched the highlights. I heard some stuff about SmackDown, so I'm pretty much just gonna talk about the show in general as a whole. Which I guess I really should start doing anyway. I think that's what I used to do when I do my when I did like bullet points and stuff like that. I pretty much did that. I just talked about like the show like in general. I think that's what I might start doing. So maybe so again, trying new stuff, and I guess I'll do that for now until I learn how to edit on my laptop, or I might have to get a new laptop or something. I don't know. But yeah. So so we're gonna start with this. This is how we're gonna do it. Smack talk. Uh, Sasha and Bailey. Of course, they're the women's division right now is really good. I mean, there's you have Sasha, you have Bailey, you have Bianca Belair, Natalia's there, Selena Vega's there, um, and Carmella is there now too. Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan. That's a lot of talent. That's a good talent and young talent for like Sasha, Bailey, and Natalia. Those are like the veterans, and then you have, of course, Liv Morgan, um, Zelina Vega. I mean, Zelina Vega's been wrestling for a while too, but you got those two, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan. I think if you have the veterans have matches with like the younger talent, I guess Carmella too, you count her. I think if you have the veterans go put over these younger talents, or match these younger talents and put them over, that's going to be up for a good stuff. I think it's going to be good stuff. Um, So Bailey just lost to Sasha. She lost a rematch in a good match because fire. You can't they can't have a bad match. It's like no such thing as bad matches for them. Um, so yeah, they she won. I love the spot where Bailey did her. She went for oh, what was it? Oh, she went for the backstabber. She hit Sasha's backstabber, and then she hit her with a Bailey to belly. That was good stuff. And then she followed it with the elbow. I think she tried to hit her with a bank statement for one. A lot of meteors from Sasha Banks. She's so creative with the meteors. It's all good stuff. We love those. I told you, Sasha with the meteors is like Kenny Omega with the V triggers. As long as it's good and creative, use them all the time. It's all good. And then Sasha ends up winning, taps her out with the bank statement. She like folds her arms, and then Bailey taps out. And for the first time ever, Sasha Banks retains her SmackDown Women's Championship, and that's pretty much what it was all about. And then she turns, has her hand in the air, turns around, super kick from Carmella, followed by an X Factor. So that's going to be, that's going to be a good. It's going to be a good feud. After after Survivor Series, that's going to be good stuff for that month. Um, then they're gonna. I feel like Bailey's gonna be in the Survivor Series team. She has to be in the Survivor Series team because Bailey's not gonna be a Survivor Series. So you're gonna have um, Ruby Riott, who won her match, and it was a good enough match. It was too short. Yeah, and I think if it was a little longer, it'd probably be way better than it was. But what they did in there was good stuff. Her, Bianca Belair, Bailey, maybe Natalia because she was in there last week and then this week and she lost both times. So maybe her and maybe Mella, maybe Mella. I would think maybe Mella. So unless she doesn't and she just costs Sasha Banks her match that gets them started on TLC maybe, but I don't know. Asuka doesn't need any more interruptions for her being champion. Like she needs to win decisively because she's Asuka. She's the best. But it is what it is. The women's division is really good and on SmackDown. It's really good. You got a lot of people who can challenge Sasha, and then you can have a lot of people who can fight against Bailey, which is all good stuff like that. I want to see Bailey versus Bianca Belair. That's gonna be money. Um, this Seth Dominic uh, Rey Mysterio Murphy thing. Oh my god, when will it end? I need this to end like ASAP Rocky. Um, I the good news. Two good news about this. One good news, Rey Mysterio is able to wrestle again. So him being able to wrestle again means that him and Seth Rollins can have that match and this feud can be over. And the other good news is Murphy's getting screen time, and he's in an important storyline, even though it's trash. He's still an important storyline, and it seems like like he's doing some interesting stuff. Just him by when he came out to Rey Mysterio's match, him and Aaliyah came out to Rey Mysterio's match because Rey Mysterio was looking for Aaliyah, and then Dominic was like, "Yo, come on, Papa, Aki, you got match." And then he just kept trying to look for her. And then he was like, "Oh, we'll go get my gear." He leaves, and then Baron attacks Rey Mysterio. So then Rey Mysterio wrestles in sweatpants and Yeezys, and I was like, "Oh, that's so gangster! You could just dress up. You could just you could just wrestle in Yeezys. Those are expensive. Yeezys are like a couple $100, man. Those things is not cheap." But that was hilarious, and he ended up with his gloves too. So I guess Rey Mysterio is Rey Mysterio. He's so famous. He probably has so much merchandise walking around that building. He just probably just walked away. I was like, oh, here's some gloves from my merchandise sale. Let me just grab these real quick. That would be my guess. But uh, yeah, he came out like Seth Rollins came out first, and then Dom was trying to look at Rey Mysterio, but it was also trying to look at Seth Rollins. He was just like, what? He's doing double ticks all the time. Corbin beat up Dominic, and then Seth beat up Dominic, and then Ray beat up Seth, and then Murphy came out with Aaliyah, and then Ray somehow got distracted, but wasn't distracted when Seth got there. Came in the coolest end of days that I've seen. It was like a flatliner because it kind of like they botched it a little bit, but Corbin's like really strong and like Ray is really small, so the way he did it, it kind of looked like he muscled them up and just like boom dropped them. That was cool stuff. And Corbin advances. I thought Rey Mysterio was going to advance, and then later on, Seth had a match with Otis, which was fine. Seth is really good at putting people over, and Murphy came out, and just standing there. He did this thing, his thing like that, and he gets on the apron. Otis gets distracted. Seth kicks him, curve stomp, 1, 2, 3, and everybody's looking at him. The Mysterios is looking at him over there, and they're like, "Aaliyah, hey, Aaliyah, hi, over here. What's going on, girl?" And then when they went backstage, he was like, "Hey, are you with me, Murphy?" He was like, he did the thing. He was like, "Messiah, disciple." Seth was like, "Say it again, one more time, one more time. Say it again for me." He's Messiah, disciple. I don't think they heard you in the back. Back there, what? Just for me. Messiah, disciple. He was like, "Yeah, my boy Murphy, you're back at it with me. I knew you see the light." And then he leaves, and Leah was like, "What are you doing?" She's beating him up. She's like, "Hey, hey." She's like, "Hey." He's like, "Hey, tranquilo." He was Andrade. Tranquilo. Trust me. So the reason why I think that so that was decent stuff. That Corbin Rey Mysterio match was too long. It was way too long for no reason. It was really long. I think if you would have cut the time from the Mysterio Corbin match, you gave it to Liv, gave it to Ruby and them. I think it would have been, they would have evened it out, and they both would have been really solid matches. But one was too long, and one was way too short, and it sucked for both of them. I mean, the match, the females match was alright. They had some good stuff in there, but the guys, it was too long. I did like that shoulder breaker that Corbin did on Rey Mysterio. That was dope. And I guess the biggest, I mean, the last really part of this was like the biggest stuff here, which was Lars had an interview. He pretty much had the same interview that he had last week that he did this week. Yeah, he was talking about not liking bullies, and then ended up being a bully, and then bullying the bullies, and then the people that laughed at him, he beat them up too. It's pretty much the same thing as last week, except I don't think he killed anybody this week. But he did say he made them eat glass, so yeah. Anyway. He might be the fifth man. He might be the fifth man in the Survivor Series match. How many are there? Yeah, because it's Seth, Corbin, Jay, Owens, maybe Lars, maybe Murphy. I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be. I guess it's gonna be interesting to see who that fifth person is. But the final stuff, the main event type stuff is the best thing that I think that's going on right now is the Jey Uso Roman thing is still going strong, and I think it's great. Jay and Owens was just chilling, and they were just like, they were still friendly. They were like, "Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing, Us?" And he was like, Owens was like, "Yeah, so now you're getting Roman's coffee," and Uso's like, "Excuse me?" He was like, "Yo, don't now you trying to disrespect us?" He was like, "No, just joking, just joking." He's like, "I know it's not." He was like, "You think this is a game?" No, it's not a game. After what you did to Daniel Bryan last week, he was like, "Yo, hey, me and Daniel Bryan, yo, we still cool, we homies, yo. That's still my friend, but he's not family, Oos. Roman's family, stuff like that." And Kevin Owens was like, hey, "I'm just saying, me and my past history, back in the day, when I was Kevin Steen, I was killing people, I was being really mean. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. That's his gimmick. I'm trying to be nice to everybody now." And he was like, "I'm just checking on you to see if you're okay." And then he grabs his banana, pause. He was like, "Might want to switch to decaf." And then he left. And then he's trying to do an interview with Caleb Braxton, and Caleb Braxton's throwing shade. He was like, so now you have Roman telling you what to do. Roman tells you what to do now, and he was like, "Oh, you funny too." And then Paul Heyman comes and it was like, "Yo, Kayla, did did Roman authorize this video? This interview?" It's like rhetorical question. No, he did not. And then Jay was like, "Wait, now I have to ask him to get an interview too." Now it was like, "Yeah, he wants to speak to you." And then Kayla goes, "Well, it looks like." He was like, "Oh yeah, you talk about family. It looks like Paul Heyman's in a better spot than you." And then Jay was like, "Oh really? Oh, throwing more shade, huh?" That was hilarious. That was so funny. And then they're in there. Jay wants to speak to Roman. Jay, he was like, "I'll get him when he's ready." And he comes out. He was like, "Yo, did I tell you to do an interview?" He was like, Jay was like, "Yo, that's my job." And he's like, "Well, he was like, no, you come. It's like you come through me if you want to do an interview. You come through me, and if I'm not available, you come to Paul Heyman. I was like, yo, aren't y'all blood? Why he got to run through Paul Heyman? Shouldn't Paul Heyman be running through you two? Like, hey. But he was like, and what's this thing about KO? He was like, nothing. He just said some, he was being stupid or whatever. He's like, nah, it sounded like disrespect. He disrespected you. That means he disrespected me. He disrespected me. That means he disrespected our whole bloodline. And our whole bloodline is gonna don't get disrespected like that. It's like, what you gonna do about it? Like, you gonna do something? It's like, yeah, I got it. And then he looks at Paul Heyman. He was like, yo, when did you find? He was like, how did you know? How long did you know about this? Paul was like, yo, I just know when it was happening. He was like, yo, don't make sure that don't happen again. You should know everything so I don't have to do it. Now he said, we're going to fix this KO solution. Get uh, scrap iron. So he gets them. And then soon after, they call for the main event, Jey Uso versus Owens. Good match. I like what they're starting. I like what they're doing. They're having a good match. Kevin Owens, is back and forth. And then Paul Heyman, when him and Roman was looking, he looks at him, nods at him. Paul Heyman comes out. And then Jey Uso's getting more aggressive. He gets more aggressive. He gets more aggressive. A lot of super kicks. A nice, nasty pop-up powerbomb from Kevin Owens. That was good stuff. And then it was getting, Kevin Owens was picking Jey Uso up. Roman Reigns' music hits. He doesn't come out. Music just hits. Everybody gets distracted. Boom! Swift headbutt to the nuts. Uh, a nasty super kick when Owens was, on his knees, pause. Swift super kick, splash, 1, 2, 3. He wins again. Gets his hand raised by the ref. He goes out there. Roman's actually approved. He was like, oh, okay, that's you now. Now you know what we're talking about. Now you're starting to get it, Us. He puts his arms around Jey Uso. He smiles, raises his title. He's like, see, Us, now you're getting it. Now I think what they're doing is like they're. I think Roman wants Us to he wants Us to say the right thing. Like he doesn't have to tell Us what to do. He's like he wants him to run by him. You run by me because you need to know what to say. Like what to say. You need to say the right things. You don't want to. We don't want you to make our family, our bloodline look stupid. So it's like you. So once you learn how to do that, you do the right things, you do the right mannerisms, you say the right things, less restrictions for Jey Uso that he can just start doing whatever he wants now. And then it's gonna get Jey to realize to join the family. It's not like it's no longer like now we're cool. It's like family over everything. And I think that's what Jey is every week. That's what he's getting to. Jey, he does the headbutt. Roman's like, okay, headbutt. See, headbutt to the nuts. That's what now we're talking. Now we're getting somewhere. Vicious kicks to the face. Yes. Oh, impressive. Vicious kicks to the face. That's what we like. So I think once they do that, once they get into that, I think they're going to be good. And I think that's when Paul Heyman's going to fall in line behind Roman and the Usos too when Jimmy comes back. It's going to be good stuff. Overall, that was a good show. I loved it. I wish the Rey Mysterio Corbin match was a little bit shorter, like a lot shorter because that women's match was maybe 5-6 minutes. If you just added some minutes to that, it would have been, SmackDown probably would have been like an A. It would have probably been way better than it was because the beginning of the last match was fantastic. Those two the three other matches were, they were fine, but like if they were balanced out, it probably would have been better. The Lars Sullivan thing was yeah. All in all, I'll give the show a B. Yeah, B. I gotta give it a B because yeah, it was a good show. It was a solid show. The storylines were there, the matches were there, but that Corbin Rey Mysterio match was just too long for your boy. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Under 20 minutes. Nice.